Hi, I'm David.
And I'm Rachel.
Welcome to LeisureBit, and today we're coming to you from Sandfield House Caravan and Holiday Park, which is between Whitby and Sandsend in North Yorkshire. Also, if you haven't already checked it out, check out our Goth weekend video. We always used to pass the campsite when I was a young lad, and I always fancied coming here. So the day's finally come when I've come to Sandfield House Caravan Park.
LeisureBit is the way to go with David, Rachel and Roxy. Let's hit the road and explore.
We pick up our journey on the A171 heading in the direction of Whitby, just near Scaling Dam. It's lunchtime, so I thought I'd stop off at the Jack and Jill Coaching Inn for a bite to eat. Checking at the campsite wasn't till 2 PM. It was about 12:30 at this point, and there was space in the car park. So why not? On the way to Whitby, I stopped off at the Jack and Jill Coaching Inn. There were a number of sections, and I sat in the end near the car park. I had the mushrooms to start and burger for main. Nice, handy little stop there. Now it was time to head back on the road and make my way to the campsite.
Right here, right now, right here, right now.
I then took the B1266 turn off in the direction of the A174, made a right-hand turn, headed down the road a little way, and then came to the beautiful village of Sandsend. Whilst you wouldn't think it today, in high tides and poor weather, you can get the sea lapping over here. We'll come back and visit Sandsend later in the video.
So here we are at Sandfield House, which is our home from Thursday till Monday. On arrival, you check in at reception. There's the reception area. You're given a welcome book with the rules in. You also get a code for the barrier so that you can go in and out as you wish to while you're staying here. Views out to sea, how about that? On a hard standing pitch with 10 amp electrical hookup. I booked this site a while ago because it does get very busy over Whitby Goth weekend and difficult to get into places, especially when some of the sites are shut. If you check back a couple of years ago, we stayed on the Abbey showground. Unfortunately, that's not open this year as there was concerns about it being waterlogged, so they decided not to open that. So it does make it quite tight. And I thought, do you know what, I'm not going to risk it again. We had to come across in the car last year. So this year we booked onto Sandfield House. It's a site I've always wanted to come to. I used to drive past here when I was a young lad, you know, kind of school days with my mum and dad and my brother. I always thought, I wonder what it would be like to stay there. I paid just under £180 for 4 nights, which was the minimum stay, which was from Thursday night to Monday morning. Yes, it is pretty pricey, but it is a premium weekend where you'd struggle to get in. And do you know, it's nice to have 4 nights here.
Just near reception, facilities block, there's a dog shower. Ladies, gents and accessible toilets.
The showers and toilets were clean and tidy as you would expect, with a good range of facilities.
The accessible toilet and shower room. There's a washing up room. There's an L-sand point. There's parking spaces as well, but you do need to check with them that there is availability for parking before you arrive on site. There's waste and recycling. There's 2 facility blocks on site. This is the second one.
The motorhome service point's located at this facilities block.
Grey waste emptying point.
There's also another L-sand disposal point located on the end here.
And this has got another pot washing area.
Inside this facilities block there's another accessible toilet and shower. And a laundry.
There's a tennis court down there too.
And around the site there was drinking water and wastewater points.
It's now going to take a wander into Whitby. Just down here, just cut through the gate and then down here. Let's go and check it out. Can't believe how early it gets dark. I think I'll have to either get the bus or a taxi back. Not find wandering along in the dark on Halloween. Apparently there's danger from flying golf balls here. Bridge across there, I think that's for the golf course. So down that way is Sandsend, and that way, in the distance there, is Whitby, and that's where we're heading. So we're here this year for the Whitby Goth weekend. It's Thursday the 31st of October, also known as Halloween today. So see what's going on in Whitby. See up along the west cliff there, down over the rocks, which is currently hiding the beach. You know what's going to happen. It's a bit lively down here. Along here we've got the pretty beach huts. North Beach Cafe. Doesn't look like the lift's open, we're going to have to walk up. Looking back that way towards Sandsend, and we're now just approaching the pavilion. Take me about 35-40 minutes to get into Whitby, but I've been taking some photographs and doing a bit of filming on the way, so imagine it'd be a bit quicker if you weren't doing that. But here we are, just at the Khyber Pass, just come down the steps, and now just heading into the heart of Whitby. Behind me is the Whitby Lobster Hatchery. You can go and visit there and find out all about the sea life and lobsters. Dracula.
Morning now, anybody fancy a sea trip?
Early bridges date back to the 1300s, but today's present steel swing bridge, commissioned by Whitby Urban District Council in 1906 to carry A-class road traffic across the Esk, provided the maximum width possible to river traffic. This vital dimension was 100 feet, 30.48 metres, between the centres of the two piers. The two leaves are moved by electric motors, controlled by the bridgeman, from positions on the bridge itself. We're now in Grey Plain, or Grow Plain as it was once known, and here's the Captain Cook Museum. Quirky den. She had devilish eyes, then in a cloud of smoke she appeared.
There's some fabulous views as you climb up the 199 steps, which takes you up to the Whitby headland and St Mary's Church, and also the Abbey, with fantastic views all the way across Whitby and beyond.
I met an old man. I said, tell me your story. He took out a notepad and wrote something.
199 steps.
Then he kept walking on down the road, and I watched him disappear like smoke. And I thought I'd just seen a ghost. Then I looked down at what he wrote. It said, son, when you grow up you'll be fine. I know you've got questions on your mind. Life is gonna happen one way or the other, whether you
Little
like it
Angels,
or
another
not.
very popular one.
Stop looking for the answers, and you'll
I thought I'd better pop in for a quick pint. Well, it'd be rude not to. I then caught the bus back to the campsite, and look at this. What a beautiful sunset.
Good morning, it's Friday morning, and after a pleasant night's sleep, it was really nice look out, isn't it, from the site? Just see over there, absolutely brilliant. I'm now going to take a wander. I'm going to catch the bus into Whitby, have a bit of a look around and grab some breakfast. This morning I've asked AI for some guidance on where to go for breakfast, and it's recommended a place in Whitby, so we'll go there and check it out and see whether it's a brilliant breakfast. So the bus runs from just opposite the site into Whitby, and the other side of the road if you're heading towards Sandsend, which is where it dropped off yesterday. Bus should be along in a couple of minutes.
Here's the bus now, right on time. It took about 10 minutes or so to get into the centre of Whitby, and it cost £2. It's still fairly early, so let's take a wander around Whitby, make the most of it while it's quiet before heading for breakfast.
Looks like there's a Wendy's in Whitby now. You may be wondering why it looks so quiet. It's actually about 8:20 in the morning. These streets will be absolutely packed later today and over the weekend. There's also a retro arcade in Whitby upstairs in Funland. Check it out. I do love the retro machines. There's something better about it when it's mechanical, I think. All of the computers and electronics doesn't feel like you've got a chance, does it? But reels and motors and pinballs and things, spot on. The shop over the road called the Beachcomber. I always used to love having a look around there when I was a young lad, trying to find something to buy, to take home. Normally as a present for myself. Taking a wander along the pier now to the lighthouse. What a beautiful morning it is. Can't believe we're in November. It's actually quite warm as well. Beginning to wish I hadn't put my coat on, but no doubt if I hadn't it would have rained. But what a cracking day. Quite a difference along the beach today. You can actually see the sand. Yesterday the tide was right in and lapping up against the walls down there. Whitby brings back so many memories for me. I love coming here. It's like taking a step back in time. The views don't really change much either, which is good. Imagine a dark, stormy night in Whitby, the winds howling, the rain's lashing down, and then suddenly the light goes out in the lighthouse. This is a disaster, because without the light, the ships could hit the rocks, crash and sink. The lighthouse keeper knows he has to fix it, so he grabs his coat, he rushes out into the storm, the wind nearly blowing him over, and he could hardly see because of the amount of rain that was lashing against him. The seas were crashing, the tide was roaring, climbs the slippery stairs into the lighthouse, each one becoming more slippery as he heads up. He reaches the top and manages to get the light on again. As he begins to climb down, tragedy strikes and he slips on the wet steps and falls. By the time he reaches the bottom, he's gone. But here's where it gets spooky. Folks say on stormy nights, you can still see the lighthouse keeper. Some have spotted his ghostly figure climbing the stairs, trying to keep the light on for the sailors. Others have seen his ghostly body laid at the bottom of the stairs where he met his tragic end. If you take a wander along the pier in Whitby on a night, you might just see the brave soul of the lighthouse man trying to protect sailors beyond the grave. Would you dare visit the lighthouse at night? I still can't get over what a beautiful morning it is here in Whitby. Now I'm going to go and get some breakfast, so in order to work out where to go for breakfast, I thought I would ask for a bit of AI assistance, as I wasn't quite sure, and sometimes you end up going where you've always gone, and you know where I mean. So I thought I'd try somewhere different, so I asked where I could get a nice breakfast from. It has come up with a recommendation, so let's go and head there now, check it out and see whether we'll be using AI again for choosing breakfasts. A couple of seagulls here. It's Cliff and his mate. I'm following Google Maps. Other map apps are available, of course. Definitely taking us the scenic route. Lots of interesting properties on the West Cliff. Real detail in those. Here we are at Lush Coffee, which was recommended. Let's go and check it out.
It was interesting to put myself in the hands of AI to choose where I'd gone to. I'd have never found this place normally, but let's check it out and see what it's like.
Thought I'd try eating outside.
I went for the full English breakfast as was recommended.
That breakfast was absolutely delicious. And do you know what? It's supporting a local business as well, which is, I think, is fantastic. I definitely recommend checking out Lush Coffee on Silver Street in Whitby. Hashtag not sponsored, just nice. And that's brought us out at the Elsinore. Whitby Walk with Heritage. See the different places to stop off there. They're really nice, aren't they, those statues that are dotted around? Brilliant. Did you know that the spooky town of Whitby inspired Bram Stoker to write Dracula? If you fancy a trip out to sea, there's plenty of boat trips you can take. They're not overly expensive either. Whitby is famous for having some of the best fish and chips in the UK. The Magpie Cafe and Mr. Chips are two very popular ones. They've got the Love the Beach cleaning here as well, like we saw at Luss in Loch Lomond. Brilliant! It is a really good idea, mind you. In the past, Whitby was a hotspot for secret smugglers. They used to hide things in tunnels to avoid paying taxes. The famous explorer, Captain James Cook, started his sea adventures from Whitby. You can visit the Captain Cook Memorial Museum to find all about his adventures. Whitby was once a bustling whaling port, and the whale bones on the west cliff is a reminder of this. There's another point on the walk with heritage. This is Dora Walker, who was the first female skipper on a boat on the northeast coast, 1890 to 1980. It's well worth checking out the Heritage Walk. There's lots of interesting things to discover.
This was unveiled on the 16th of December 2014 to honour the people of Whitby.
Whitby's known for its ghosts and its spooky past, and there's ghost walks you can go on where you can hear all about them. It's the Crow's Nest. Lift to the west, cliff at the beach. See if it's open. Nope. Looks like it's 60p for the lift when it is open, but it isn't open today. We're going to leave Whitby behind us now and head down the coastline into that little cove and the beautiful, quaint village of Sandsend. Worth noting, there's lots of different paths you can take. You can take the high one, you can take various paths along the middle, and also the one wandered along yesterday, which is just next to the beach. Or, of course, you could wander along the beach. So many choices. Here's where the old Spider's Web outdoor swimming pool was. It opened in 1934 and unfortunately got closed and filled in the 1980s. Can't believe all along there was actually covered over with the sea yesterday. You can see loads of beach today.
Quick pit stop at the campsite before heading onwards to Sandsend.
Well, how about that? I was chatting to the chap next door who has an Elddis CV20, and then someone else has moved to the other side of us now with a CV80. So we're sandwiched in between two Brownhills CV80s. How about that? Anyway, let's crack on now, get down to Sandsend. And I have asked for AI recommendations for where to eat in Sandsend. And we're going to have some fish and chips. Anyway, let's see whether it's as good as the recommendation was for the breakfast. There's the golf club, and again, all welcome. There is a footpath along on the right-hand side if you're heading towards Sandsend. It's now the 1st of November, so you get free parking until the 1st of March 2025. How about that? And here we are now, just entering Sandsend. It's taken me about 15 to 20 minutes to get down to the main bit of Sandsend. Probably take you 20 minutes, half an hour. If you're a reasonably fast walker to get right to the other end of Sandsend, I would imagine. Nestling on the rugged Yorkshire coast is Sandsend, a village which seems to have leapt out of a storybook. Once upon a time, Sandsend was actually two separate villages, and eventually these merged into the community we have today and the lovely Sandsend. The Heart Inn there was the second recommended choice.
However, the recommended choice is just here, the Fish Cottage at Sandsend.
Here we are at Fish Cottage. Let's go and check it out. So there we go, cod and chips ordered. Can of pop. You get this buzzer so you know when it's ready to collect. Well, second one good as well. That was absolutely delicious. Highly recommended for fish and chips. Well, you have to, don't you? Well, that was the Samen Cafe. Nice little piece of cake and coffee there. Nice to finish off lunch. The beach is a hotspot for finding ancient fossils. There you'll see the rest of Sandsend. It's where we went for a coffee, and Fish Cottage is over that way, down there to Whitby. You might be wondering where Rachel is. Unfortunately, she had to work on Thursday and Friday, which is today, so she's joining me in the morning. I do like Sandsend, especially out of season a little bit. It's a lovely place. Sandsend made a cameo in the 1947 British comedy film Holiday Camp. The opening shots of the buses arriving at the Clifftop station were filmed at Sandsend. The village is renowned for its stunning natural beauty, and the Cleveland Way passes through here. Whether you're exploring the ancient woodlands of Mulgrave Wood, whether you're a history buff, a nature lover, or just looking for a retreat, Sandsend has something to offer for everybody. So Rachel, what have you thought of Sandfield House Farm, Caravan Park and Holiday Park?
It's a lovely site, really clean, well kept, looks to be a lot seasonal here. Toilet blocks facility is brilliant. A little bit of noise from the road there, but quite close proximity to the beach. Lovely. What about you?
Yeah, it's been really nice. I was fortunate enough to stay a little bit longer than Rachel because she came across on Saturday morning and I've been here since Thursday afternoon. The weather's changed quite a bit while we've been here. So on Thursday it was quite warm, same on Friday, sat outside eating fish and chips. You can't whack that, can you, in November? But it cooled off a little bit over the weekend. If you haven't done already, don't forget to check out our Goth weekend video. Some cracking costumes in that one. And else, join us on Sunday where we're back on our Scottish adventure on Mull. Thank you for watching.
Hope you've enjoyed it.
And we will catch you for the next bit.
Bye.
Bye.